escape from the team, called the morning steam. It's time to break, run for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
And a pleasant good morning to you from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show for Tuesday, December 31st. Happy New Year, everybody, as we get ready to turn the page on 2024 and get ready for a great 2025 here on the Sports Money Network. I've been up all night watching the action over from Japan with the Ryzen Fighting Championships. What a card tonight from Japan. We saw some crazy events. We saw some wild finishes. We saw some budding stars also with the Ryzen card tonight. Hope you got to enjoy some MMA action. I watched it with the guys last night after Monday Night Football last night. What a game. They promised they would show out, and they did. And congratulations to both teams for putting together a great effort. The Detroit Lions, of course, with the win. I don't know if I saw it coming necessarily that, well, we did see it coming that we did take the Lions here on the show, right? The thought was, hey, if they are going to play the regulars and kind of take it seriously and get that win, make sure they don't have to avoid a tie anyway and make it a must win. They could tie now and win the division next week. That's not what the motivation was for the Detroit Lions, but we did have them here yesterday with our pick on the show. So they got it done. Pretty fun game last night, no doubt about it. Better than some of those clunkers that they tried to pass off on us here on some of these holiday days. A game that didn't look like maybe the teams would be too interested. They certainly were yesterday, but I had it wrong. I thought that they would not be gunning for the stars, if you will, but they were, man, a shootout last night with the Lions. You guys kind of had it right for sure as we talked about it, but mostly, you know, with a combination of Goff looking good, 3 touchdowns, Jahmyr Gibbs also with a big day, Brock Purdy. We cashed last night on the show with some of our prop action, including Brock Purdy over 315.5 yards, winning at halftime with Purdy, and he had his top target, Pearsall. What a story he turned out to be, in Kittle with a big game as well. But Jake Moody, this guy can't make any kicks. 900 yards in total offense. The Lions over the 49ers, 40-34. Lions had 8 drives. They scored 5 TDs, kicked 2 field goals. So they get the win. They've won 13 of their last 14 and 10-4 against the spread. Woo! Down the stretch. All right. Hey, it's what you get when you stay up all night partying with some action from Japan in the MMA. Hope that's a woo. All right. Thanks for everyone for joining me here in the chat. We'll talk about some other things as well, including the bowl game yesterday with Missouri and Iowa. We did have that one right with our premium pick yesterday, and so did you guys with the Missouri Tigers. Wasn't easy. They had to get it done there with a late field goal with a couple minutes left in the game. And the Tigers won it 27-24. Iowa led by 10 with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter, but it was Missouri getting the win and the cover. Pretty sure for everybody, laying 2.5. That's the way it looked to me. And Missouri gets that win and cover last night in the Music City Bowl. So we'll take a look. We've got bowl games. That's what it's about really today with our 5 bowl games here, including the big one tonight from the Fiesta Bowl in Glendale with Penn State and Boise State. Which team will be the first team to advance to the next round of the college football playoff, with Penn State double-digit favorite tonight against Boise State? Yeah, there's some other bowl games today. We'll go in order, but it's all about that big one tonight, of course, leading up to the turn of the clock here tonight. So I've already watched a couple of celebrations around the world, fireworks going off in Sydney, if you will. So, all right, we'll talk about that as well. Big NBA card, 6 games, bigger NHL card today, massive card in the NHL. We'll touch on some great college basketball games. We'll let you know that I do have my packages up, ready and available in college football and basketball right now for the action here on Tuesday, December 31st, New Year's Eve, over at winnable.com. With those bowl games starting early, I've got a pick in every game today, and I've got pretty great card in college basketball after we wiped the slate clean. I'll just say it like that. Last night, I might have been frustrated over the last 3 or 4 days, finishing just a game or two under 500 each day, but we made it all back last night, 14-7 with my premium picks over at winnable.com, including 5-1 in the NBA. So everybody, NBA is tough. It is, but we rolled it last night. Also 7-4 in college basketball yesterday. So back to winning here this week, and I'm going to get it tonight for sure over at winnable.com. I'll show you that in just a moment. Say hello to everyone coming into the chat for our New Year's Eve show. How about it? Blue was here first to open the doors, and Cash Kane ready to go. He says, everyone, be safe tonight. Please be safe tonight. I'll tell you from a personal perspective, my life was changed dramatically when I was a young boy of a single mother who she was out having a good time and cost herself terrible accident. Was her fault, and it affected my life greatly and her life too. And I've always been extra cautious. I really don't go out on New Year's Eve because of that fateful night that my mom, she survived her own crash. But when you're 9 years old, it's very scary to not have your mom return home on New Year's Eve, and you can only think the worst as a 9-year-old when you knew maybe that mom was going out to have a good time. So yeah, please be careful, everybody. I think even to this day, I'm feeling the effects of that night. Affected our family's life greatly. So please, everyone, be careful. Thomas Lewis is here today. Good morning. Subscribe to this video, share it, like it, smash it, rub it down all over. Give it the thumbs up. Comment, like, share, subscribe. Sports Money here on YouTube, the fastest growing YouTube channel for sports betting content. Man, we had a good time last night, didn't we, with the football game? Hope you guys were there with us with razor sharp picks and the gang there. Over here at YouTube Sports Money Channel and over on Kick, where we have a pretty good time over there. Here's Robert McCormick. Good morning. Hello. T. Moss is here today. Great crowd coming in. Joey Harb, thank you as always. Nicholas Handy, Jermaine, Stop Geo, Johnny Walker. I like you guys how I organized. I think it's starting to help me out. Either there's no conversation or it's like, maybe we just say hello to Ramon, get the show started. He doesn't weed through, when there's something to talk about, you guys do share your information. Here is Super True as well. Billy Eagle Flyer, thank you to AYOD here today. Doubles, thank you. Happy New Year to you. Thank you for stopping by. and Alvin as well. Thank you, William Dryman, here today. Thank you, William. We're gonna have. I do like this card again today in college basketball. Got 8 plays up right now. Gonna go to the commercial here. James Palm today. All right, I'll talk about it. I'll talk about it today with a little bit more oomph about my picks over at winnable.com after just shaking off the doldrums a little bit with, like I said, just about 4 days this week. Couldn't get anything together as far as a winning streak, but we wiped that clean there for sure last night. Maybe even got it back into the black for the week with that 14-7 day. Probably should have been 15-6, but uh, those, like I said, we're smashing those unders a little bit in college basketball, and probably going to do it again today. I feel like maybe it's the public just keeping those numbers a little bit high and allowing the thus under players, if you know what I mean, to stay in there. But man, I've got 8 plays up right now for college basketball, including early action here that starts at 2 Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. There's an early game too we'll talk about with NC State and Virginia, but it's mostly a day card today, everybody, to be honest with you, in college basketball. Yeah, some of it spills over into the late afternoon, but they wrap it up pretty early, except for a West Coast game. So check me out. I've got 8 plays over there. I feel like I could have gone a little heavier, but let's just take our profit back a little bit from yesterday. Try to get out in front of it today. We might go hard here after the new year for sure with college basketball conference play heating up big time here. It felt like we had those games pretty much zeroed in on. Yeah, a couple of them, like I said, just got away from us, from preventing us from a pretty monster day, it felt like. So check me out over at winnable.com. Also, I have my 5 plays, one in each bowl game today with great games, including that national quarterfinal game at the Fiesta Bowl tonight. And we'll get ready for New Year's Day and more college football playoff. It's going to be a great couple of days here for sure, starting right now. So appreciate your support. And yeah, the picks, the subscriptions are up, looking good over there. Check me out over at winnable.com. Use the promo code STEAM to save 20% off your purchase price. My picks for one day are $4. For a week, it's $8. For a month, it's $20. If you use the promo code STEAM, it comes out to about 50 cents a day. You get at least usually about another dozen plays or so from me, if not more. So if you're looking for action and need just a little boost or confidence in your plays, subscribe to my picks over at winnable.com. And, like I said, that's how you support me on the channel. Click the QR code in the lower right-hand corner or the upper left-hand corner of the screen, and that'll take you to my Winnable page over there. You'll see it come up. Either you can do it on your desktop or your device, but when it comes up, has my picture on there, and you can just click on the store there of mine. It looks kind of like this. There we go. And you can scroll up. It's got the little purchase here. Apple Pay, Google Pay comes right up. You can click on it, hit subscribe, and set your notifications. Get the plays right to your phone. So, all right. Appreciate you listening to that. And we've got some steam. We got quite a bit of steam that's come in here, but we'll report on a couple of them anyway right now, or the one that just came across the wire here just moments ago, and then we'll roll into the show. Central Florida and Texas Tech college basketball steam gets us started here in this one, and I do have a pick on the side in this game, but we are seeing a steam move to the under here with Central Florida and Texas Tech. This one was about 147. I think we're going to be down to 146 here right now with some steam to the under with Central Florida and Texas Tech. All right, let's get back to the action here. Say hello to a few more folks and then start the show. It's great to have you here on. We have a big show or a big audience, it feels like, here on New Year's Eve. Here we go. Got a few more people saying hello, including Katie Wynn. Nice to have you here today. Thank you. Elliot Jameson, thank you very much for all of your support. Had a great time with you in the chat yesterday as well. We were having some fun together with the show last night. B. Will here today. Good morning, B. Will. Sir Mackey was over there as well, ready to go with the chat last night, watching the football game. We had a good time in the chat. And I went on the show last night, Monday night. I like to do Monday night, so glad we had a show. Great job to the guys last night, and they rounded me up. You know what? I got to tell you what, they rounded me up. Uh, I had some picks on the Risen card. I didn't know if I was going to stay up all night and watch it, but they wanted to see it. So the guys said, "Hey, let's get it." I said, "Okay, I'll buy it." We went in and watched the fights together on a little private stream so we could all see it and react to the exciting card from Saitama Stadium there over in Japan. And well, by the time I was working on the morning steam, it was just me and Jeff M watching the fights, and I think he had to quit on me too. Actually, I might have quit on him. Got to get ready for the show and maybe grab a little bit of shut eye. But man, it was some exciting fights. In fact, the main event is, I think, going off right now on that Risen card. The thing was, I didn't know. I knew it was a big card. There were 14 main event fights, and then the guys, I hated to tell them after I ordered the pay-per-view for us to watch. There was also an undercard of 7 fights. There were 21 fights. I don't think they were ready to go the distance last night after the Monday Night Football game. I'm calling you out, my brothers, but pretty funny nonetheless. But Jeff M and I watched some great fights late into the night last night. There was some one fight. You can even look this up on X, or you might be able to find this one if you type in Risen and maybe referee KO. The 2 fighters got into it really good, and one guy actually ended up on accident punching the referee in the face, and it was a pretty good card though, for sure. That's kind of the deal. I think the reason why I volunteered to watch it with the guy. I mean, that is kind of a famous card every year, the Risen card from Japan on New Year's Eve, leading right up to midnight over there. So, all right, I think that's how it works anyway. Hello to Gerardo. Thanks for everything this year and every year, Gerardo. Thank you for your support and contributions to the overall community, not just to this show. I'm not being selfish with you. You're on all the chat rooms, and just great that you're so involved in the community, keeping everybody informed with all the great sports. Nate, hello. There's saying hello to Nate, talking a little college basketball there last night. And textiles as well. There is Robert McCormick. He's gifted out a membership here, the Sports Money Network. Thank you, Robert. Appreciate that. I feel like I feel left out sometimes. You guys in the community are so good. I know it's a little different in the morning here, especially with me asking for your support with my picks and everything. But I feel jealous all the memberships we give out on the other shows. So yeah, they did, Nicholas. They loved that fight card, man. There was a huge crowd at that event. It looked like a good 20,000. And the one thing interesting about watching that Ryzen card, when you watch some of these, even the big UFC events over here, it's like a game at Dodger Stadium, right? They kind of don't show up till the main event, or the main card anyway. We were watching those fights last night, and they were there for that undercard. 21 fights in, and it felt like, and man, when everyone gets at the peak moment of excitement at watching like a UFC or a similar event here in the United States, when the fight gets ready to go in Japan, it's deathly silent. They are very respectful. All right. And M Looks, hello, nice to have you as well. Get ready to go. Get ready for the show here. Today, right now, with our bowl games. Although there were also some pretty hot action last night in the college basketball card. Maybe we could talk about some of those games a little bit when we get there. But not all my games were perfect last night. Gonzaga beat Pepperdine by 7 late, but they could not cover a big spread. I thought they would have it well over Pepperdine, but uh, the Pepperdine Waves were hot from 3-point range for sure, including that impressive 6'5" freshman Olvera for the Waves. I'm sure he won't be in Malibu next year. The way he looked against Gonzaga, trading those 3-pointers last night. K State over Cincinnati. Hey, we had that one on the show last night with Kansas State over Cincinnati. We said it, take advantage of the situation. Cincinnati 10-2, playing their 245th ranked schedule this season. They're just 2-2 versus top 100 teams. So Kansas State doesn't lose at home very often. They were in a pretty good spot there. San Francisco over Santa Clara. We whipped on that one with that total, but a great game nonetheless with overtime last night. That one we lost, I believe, a game in overtime last night that it went double overtime. And I think this was last time. It was the night before, but uh, we were well inside the number, but double overtime will do you in. I'm trying to remember what game that was now. I thought it was last night. Iowa State over Colorado there. Man, we got bumped actually on that one there last night on the show. I think you got the 10.5 though. When the show we were on 10.5, did go down a little bit. Maybe you got there with Colorado, but I should have listened to handicapper. That one ended up sneaking over the total here last night. Arizona over TCU as well in a game that we did have the over here on the show yesterday, and it went well over 90-81. The Cats with the win. Other premium pick winners we had. We started the day off well with that Utah Tech Florida International game. With that total under, we had premium pick winners, Akron and Princeton game to go under, Western Michigan, Michigan State game under, Columbia and Rutgers game to go under. Also, winners here yesterday included Oakland and Arkansas over. We're not always under. Portland and Oregon State winner over. Premium pick winner there. Washington State premium pick winner over Loyola Marymount. We had a winner on the show, remember, with USD over Pacific yesterday. And also, let's see here. Some may have actually got a loss. I say 7-4, but some may have ended up with either maybe 6-4-1, maybe even a loss if some got in very late on a game. But hopefully it all worked out. It does feel like a pretty profitable day, nonetheless, here yesterday. All right, let's get started on the show here with a little more steam, if I may. That just came in here in college basketball. Maybe you heard it in the background. How about Texas Tech? They're taking some steam here against Central Florida in this one. And we just mentioned the total going under right now. Texas Tech is taking some steam here at 12 or 12.5 up to 13. Interesting there. Texas Tech took the steam in their game against Central Florida. Also, just moments ago, Kansas took the steam in their matchup here. Let's see if I got this one right. Against West Virginia. Man, the 12.5 became 13. Steam on Kansas against West Virginia in the early game. Also, just moments ago, Creighton taking steam against St. John's. The steam already came in on the under in the St. John's Creighton game, and now Creighton is taking steam here. This one's probably going to be a pick 'em with Creighton here taking the steam. St. John's was a road favorite, but right now it looks like here it could be a pick 'em between these two. All right. Also, but right as we were getting the show started, a little bit of steam here. There are two added games, and one of them here took some steam with Stephen F. Austin and Abilene Christian. Man, It's all the way up to 133.5 or 134. I like that move. I'm going to try this move here with Stephen F. Austin and Abilene Christian game to go over. I don't have this one in the write-ups, but I'm going to use that as my first play actually here. This total was 131, and I had marked it down as a play that I liked. I didn't send it out as a premium, but probably was going to bet it. It's all the way up to here to 133.5 or higher, and I think that's a pretty good indication. I think I'm on the right side there. So let's go over there with SFA and Abilene in that extra game this afternoon. First play up over Santa Fe, Stephen F. Austin and Abilene Christian. All right. One hockey move also came in, and you know who it was? It was the Nashville Predators. Again, these Sharps just cannot stop going with the Nashville Predators. They're taking on the Minnesota Wild here today. And well, sure, the Wild haven't been profitable at home. The Predators, I mean, they're the worst money props, the worst prospect on the road, period, right? They'll cost you 2/3 of a unit a game practically on the road. Just seconds ago, Steam coming in here on Fordham right now. Man, the Steam's flying here on New Year's Eve. Fordham taking Steam in their game against St. Louis. I do have a premium pick on the total in that game over at winnable.com. Fordham here taking Steam. They were plus 1.5, but they're going to be a pick 'em here as well. Also, just before that, NBA Steam, Memphis and Phoenix game total over here with Memphis and Phoenix tonight. This one was 235. Call it 236, I believe now, with Steam to the over, Memphis and Phoenix. All right, let's get rolling here. Well, I guess I got to say hello to a few more folks now, so I can before I get the show started. It feels like here, and let's see who else rolled in. Teresa, great to see Teresa here. Nice, and Public Enemy. Thank you, guys. Let's start the show and just preview the football games here, bowl action, and look what we got here. Just a year ago, Alabama and Michigan was a huge game. It's still a fun bowl game here at the ReliaQuest Bowl in Tampa, Florida today, with Alabama taking on Michigan in this one. But, you know, a year ago, we were looking at this game as a big game involving teams contending for the national championship, right? If you think about it, a rematch of last year's college football semifinal game won by Michigan, 27-20. They were a 2-point dog or so, 2.5-point dog, remember, in that game. And you kind of have a look, you think about it with Kalen DeBoer here, you think about his situation last year, right, with the Huskies. So see what you got here. Did I hear some more steam just now? Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech just took some steam on the college basketball card here. Interesting to note, Georgia Tech taking the steam in their game against Notre Dame. They were a 1-point favorite. They're probably now a 2-point favorite or so in this one. Steam came in on Georgia Tech. All right. Let's get into this one, though, with Alabama taking on Michigan here. You know, when you get these Big Ten teams, double-digit dogs in a bowl game, that probably doesn't happen too often, but does seem like it might not be a terrible situation here if this Michigan team looks to be kind of where they're at in this game. I mean, 15.5. Are we seeing? I think we might even be seeing a 16s out here right now. It's been kind of a runaway favorite this week for Alabama. Not this week, but even further along than that. They were 11 or so, I think, on some of the openers. But here you have Michigan coming into this one against Bama. Bama's won 4 of their last 5 games coming in here. They were just 6-5 against the spread as favorites this season, but they are 14-9 their last 23 games as a favorite. Alabama just 3-4 against the spread in their last 7 bowl games. Michigan, of course, they won their bowls and as the national champion there, and that they won their last 2 bowl games actually, but before that they were struggling in bowl games for sure. Maybe the Michigan Wolverines played their Super Bowl already this season, and with their win over Ohio State. SEC always comes to this bowl. They've won it before, 7 of the last 9 years. SEC wins. They've gone 6-3 against the spread. These teams met in a Citrus Bowl matchup 5 years ago. Alabama covered a touchdown, beating Michigan 35-16 on that day. So, what do you think? Wolverines have held their last 3 opponents to just over 200 yards total, but Alabama might be bringing a little bit more to the table in this one, especially maybe with that running game. So let's see what you guys have in this one. We're seeing now Bovada even up to 16.5 minus 120. And this total continues to climb here a little bit. All starting to see 45.5 here at a few books here today. So let's see what you guys have in this one with Michigan and Alabama. Go to the chat right now and get your plays here. Pretty big spread, I know, in this one, but here we go with some of the play. Good morning to Jake Dye as well. Thomas says Alabama. And I think Elliot here is saying Michigan is a side to take. He said this line has gotten very, very big here. Says the Wolverines won't be able to win, but I think he's still saying, but maybe they can cover. Sir Mackey says easy peasy with this spread. Take the Wolverines. Robert Franklin says that might be enough that game last year for Alabama to get some revenge here. Handicappers that I follow are definitely on Alabama here. I'm showing professional paid cappers today running about a little less than 3-1 on Alabama here. And they also favor the under by about a 2-1 margin. Elliott is on Michigan. Joey's on the under. Cash Gains on Bama. This one's going to be 50-50 for sure. Teresa, thank you for your college basketball action here today. And here's Thomas. Let's see. Oh, no, Public Enemy says Roll Tide. Or is the guy on the commercial, High Tide, High Tide. Too many points, Michigan. Too many points. Rich says take Michigan here, but here's Public Enemy says just take the over and tack on Alabama money line. I think he's saying they're on maybe a parlay there. All right. Ron Young with the over. Sakori Wilder, Happy New Year to you. It's great to see Sakori Wilder in the chat. Hope you've been good. Hope you've been able to tune in. Maybe you've just been a little busy, haven't been able to comment. But thank you, Sakori. Man, good to see you in the chat. All right, and Robert here on Alabama. I'm taking Alabama in this one. I wish we could have laid less. We have to wait till the show time here, and you know what? 2 touchdowns. Maybe it will be close to that. But here's Andrew, maybe going Roll Tide, and Johnny Walker in the chat. Nice to see you today, Johnny. And Robert, let's see, got any more here? Truth Teller, nice to see you in here today. Thank you for sharing via DM today. Really appreciate you, Truth Teller, and all my support to you, my friend. And Teresa's got some teaser action today as well. There's Nate. He says, take Bama in this one. Jake says he's got Bama, money line and some parlays to try to bump them up a little bit. It's always good. When you got them in multiple parlays, it's not, just a cheap money line play, right? I mean, you got so much right, and they still got to get it done. Bama and is that under for Curtis? Bama and under? All right. And okay, I think that's it for this one. I'm going to take Alabama here. I've got my premium play on the total in this one. All right, next up, the Louisville Cardinals here in the Sun Bowl against Washington. So this is the first time these two programs will have ever met. So we'll see here. You had Louisville last year. They played. They lost the Holiday Bowl. I remember last year. So see what you guys have here in this one. Louisville taking on Washington. Louisville. They started 4-3, but went 5-1 down the stretch. And Cardinals, maybe on the road, maybe not as uh, attractive a prospect. I mean, obviously, this is a neutral site game here at the Sun Bowl in El Paso, or the Pac-12. I say the Pac-12, the uh, only out of history anyway, but Pac-12 teams appeared in this bowl for many years. So for a team like Washington, I don't think it's totally strange here in this one. But ACC teams have won 5 of their last 7 trips to the Sun Bowl. Washington lost 4 of their last 6 games coming into this one. So Huskies were basically 0-5 against the spread away from Seattle, but it's a neutral site, obviously, with the bowl game here in this one for Louisville. They won 4 of their 6 games away from home. They went over in 6 of their last 9 games coming in here. Please jump in with a little steam action. You get the report here with hockey, the Devils and the Ducks. Steam to the over here. Okay, steam to the over in this Devils Ducks game. I guess they're going to all of a sudden score a bunch of goals with two teams that, I don't know, these teams never go over, but this one's 6. Maybe it could trickle a little bit higher here with New Jersey and Anaheim. We're seeing steam to the over in this one. All right, see what you got here with the matchup between Louisville and Washington. All right. When you got this matchup, right? I don't know. I was trying to quantify it because you got Washington kind of representing the Big Ten, and the Big Ten has had a pretty strong run over the ACC in the bowl games the last couple of years. The ACC has lost 12 of the last 14 matchups against the Big Ten and went just 3-11 against the spread, as the Big Ten teams have uh, kind of rolled them here. Washington's Big Ten, there's no doubt about it. So I would imagine that could still be a pertinent trend to a certain extent. But all right, let's see here what you got. There is some, the Louisville quarterback. He's going to get ready for the NFL draft. So they end up with I think a redshirt freshman here. So I don't know for Louisville. How is this? Ja'Cory Brooks. I think he's out of this game as well. I think we are seeing the move here right now with Washington now the favorite here. As I keep talking, I might be moving the line. I didn't even said anything about the game really, other than what we kind of know on the surface with at least with the major players here. But Tyler Show with him going to the NFL. I mean, he had a good season, right? 23 touchdowns, 6 INTs. But you're going to have I think it's either Bailey. Let me see if we got this. I think it's either Bailey or Clarkson. I would think Clarkson threw passes here. That's how I am with Louisville here right now. I don't know. It doesn't seem like a great situation for Louisville in this game. I'm gonna take the under as my play. I'm seeing some 49.5s here right now in this one. So give me the under with Louisville and Washington. It feels like Washington is a team in much better position. Yeah, they've got some uh, questionable players, including quarterback Purcell here. Steam play. Let's see here. A little more hockey steam real quick. I'll get your plays here, Louisville and Washington. But I've got Pittsburgh and Detroit. Steam to the under here in this one with the Penguins and the Red Wings today. This one was 6.5, juice to the under, but it looks like it's going to be surely sixes right now in the Pittsburgh and Red Wings game. All right, let's see what you got here. This one with Louisville and Washington today, and we're going to start it off with Nunya. Happy New Year. And Thomas is on the Huskies here in this one. Robert says give him the Cards. And Cash Kane likes Washington money line. Dana Delp is on Louisville. First half and full game. All right, let's see Teresa here. I think she's got some action here. Alabama, Washington. Looks like a four-teamer there. It looks like Jermaine likes the Cards to smash here. Then maybe they'll get some success with this quarterback situation today. Elliot likes the over. He likes Washington in the over. Robert likes the over as well. All right, I guess I'm against the chat here pretty much. I'd like to, hey, if Louisville gets this offense going, they're going to have a chance in this game, it feels like. Teresa with her NHL as well. William says, what's your opinion on the total? I'm going under here as my play on the show here. Robert likes the over. You guys like the over for sure. It's almost a consensus play by you guys on the over, it feels like. Was there anybody else with me on the under? I don't know if there was. I think you guys are on the over, but I'm on the under. All right. All right, I guess that's it for that one. I'll just take the under as my play. The widely reported steam did come in on the under, and it's come in on Washington here. It actually came in on Washington prior to this move here right now, but no doubt showing Washington now a 1.5 point favorite at a lot of spots, and the total, for the most part, feels like about 50 here. It might be just ticking down here a little bit at some of the sharper books. Thomas agrees, or here I don't like it when I'm against the chat, but it's obvious that there's multiple opinions on the over here, and well, I've clicked the button on the under. All right, let's get another game going here right now with South Carolina taking on Illinois. This one's at the Citrus Bowl. And come on, man, there's a lot of move here, it feels like, with South Carolina, right? You got to figure, yeah, they probably feel like they're one of the best teams, and they feel like they're probably a playoff team, right? It didn't help there, losing to LSU, losing to Ole Miss, losing to Alabama, but down the stretch they were, pretty strong for sure. They certainly got plenty of numbers this season. They failed to cover in only 3 games overall. South Carolina 6-3 straight up and against the spread in their last 9 bowl games. Bowl game favorites from the SEC of 3 points or more, coming off of a straight up underdog win, are 8-2 against the spread against bowl teams coming in off of a straight up and spread win as well. So I think South Carolina has a pretty strong defense, right? They held 4 opponents to their lowest yardage output during the regular season. Illinois has gone 0-3 straight up and against the spread in their last 3 bowl games, and they went. Let's see here. I think I got some more numbers on some of this, right? Let's see. Uh, these type of SEC bowl games coming in off of a win, as I mentioned, they do very, very well usually in this situation when favored here. And it is a pretty tough number to get, I think, at 8.5. But did we really see enough from Illinois' offense here of late? They did score 38 points, I think, in their last two games. Each of their last two games are average 38 points. Maybe it was their last three games, actually. Let me take a quick peek at that again on those numbers. Let's see. Yeah, 38 points exactly for three straight games. Didn't they say like no team had ever done that? They scored 38 against Michigan State, 38 against Rutgers, and 38 against Northwestern, and they also went uh 8-3-1 against the spread. Both these teams were excellent against the spread this season. Make no mistake. Illinois 5-2 against the spread as an underdog this season. Big Big Ten teams here have been to the Citrus Bowl before and not fared very well. Just 1-5 straight up. Meanwhile, SEC teams are the usual invitee here. They've won 8 of the last 11 Citrus Bowls overall. Illinois just 3-2 straight up in their last 5 bowls. South Carolina has gone over in 6 of their last 9 games against Division One opponents this season. Let's see what you guys have here in this one with the Gamecocks with their 6-game winning streak coming in. Big number here, but let's see what you have in the chat. All right. And we're going to start off here with, I think, with Thomas saying take South Carolina in this one. All right, I will. Give me South Carolina with Thomas. And who else do we have? Cash Canes on Carolina. Teresa says, tease them down here, maybe. I think she thinks they'll get it done. And here's Elliot. He says, let me see here, 29% on the money line. So this is a the old reverse line movement type of thing, or at least the 92% of the bets. So basically 9 out of every 10 tickets on the money line, but only 29% of the money. So you have the small bettors are taking the South Carolina money line, but the big bettors, let me see if I got this right. Yeah. And the big bettors are taking Illinois money line with Elliot's numbers there. And all the tickets are on the over, apparently. Well, all right. That may indeed. Yeah, that probably is the case. Here's Curtis says he likes the Cox here to go over. Donut Silks is here today. And Robert likes South Carolina. Dana on Illinois. Jake says he might take South Carolina minus the points or just put them in a parlay piece today. Robert is on South Carolina. Dana's on the over. Want to say hello to Stir and Company here today. Says, what's the first half spread in that South Carolina versus Illinois game? Well, you got South Carolina here in the first half at, 4.5. That seems reasonable. I'm showing some of the square books are up to 9 on South Carolina here. All right, and Thomas says it's a consensus play, South Carolina. There were a few Illinois in there, but maybe we had mostly South Carolinas for sure. But those on Illinois included Dana Delt. That might have been it, actually. Shout out, Dana. Okay. And Donut Silks, not liking the bowl game action too much there yesterday with Iowa. All right. Yeah, they were. It was nip and tuck for sure, though. All right. Let's get another one going here. Think you guys have took care of that one. We got a big card today, so keep it rolling right now with Baylor taking on LSU here at the Texas Bowl in Houston at the Energy Stadium today. So at Baylor, they got a little bit of a feels like a little bit of a home state advantage here anyway today. Baylor with a 6-game winning streak coming in. They look pretty good for sure offensively down the stretch. They got a pretty good quarterback, obviously, had a pretty strong year. Baylor 5-1 against the spread as a favorite this season. They went over in 7 of their last 9 games overall. Baylor's been here before to this bowl 6 years ago. They beat Vanderbilt 45-38. LSU, they lost 3 of their last 5 coming into this one after a 6-1 start. And, they've got a pretty good situation, it feels like, at quarterback, but they were just 1-2 against the spread as an underdog. Now we know that Kelly is a pretty good underdog coach for sure, but Baylor took the steam actually here, and professional paid handicappers really like Baylor here, pretty strong. Maybe even by a 6 or 7-1 margin here in this one today with Baylor here. Pretty popular play with this matchup. And that total has really been rising here. It feels like even just this morning up to 63.5 here now off of 61.5 or so. It's been rising here for sure. Some openers came as low as 59.5. So see what you have here in this one with LSU and Baylor. The underdog has covered the spread in 4 of the last 6 Texas Bowls. The Big 12 has won 6 of the last 7 bowls here, I do believe, at the Texas Bowl. I think it's been called that for a few years now, anyway. So we'll see what you guys have here in this one at the Texas Bowl. Baylor 4-1 straight up and against the spread as a dog in that bowl game success that we mentioned. And they obviously closed the season on a 6-game cover streak with those wins. LSU did play in this bowl game just 2 years ago. They lost 42-20. And Kelly, I mentioned him as a successful dog in of course, his record as a dog, very, very strong for Kelly, but just 6-9 against the spread in bowl games and 1-5 against the spread. No, 6-9. I'll just go with that. 6-9 against the spread in bowl games for Kelly, and obviously he's been a little bit under fire here. It feels like coming into this one, but if he could just have some of those transfer portal guys that he's probably got lined up for next season in this game, he might be okay here. All right. Let's see what you guys want to do in this one. But, man, this coach for Baylor, I think he's got something going on there for sure. All right, let's see what you have here. Could you actually, I don't know, this is kind of out there, but could Aranda be auditioning for the LSU job? Could the Baylor coach be the next LSU coach? I think that was actually, sure it was just the talking heads that were talking about it. But, okay, here we go. I think we're ready now with the picks. Robert, I think he likes the over in this one. Also, he likes Baylor. Thomas likes Baylor. Cash Kane, Baylor. Elliott, Baylor. All right, Andrew, Baylor. Over for Katie. I'll take the over here. I got to go with the over as I can't use the over, I don't think, as a premium play. I do like the over. 63. That's a lot of points, obviously, but Teresa, Baylor money line. Elliott, Baylor and over. Cash Kane did like the under here. Johnny Walker, first half. And Thomas says Baylor is a consensus play. Jake says it's too easy. Give him Baylor as well. Robert's on the over here. And Elliott, I think maybe he's even on Baylor. He says 93% of the money's on the over, but give him Baylor, it looks like. All right. I guess that's it for you guys at Baylor on the consensus play here. I'll take the over. You guys are recommending Baylor, so I'll go to the total here and go over. Last game here, and this is what we're waiting for tonight. 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific, with a spot in the semifinals on the line in the college football playoff at the Fiesta Bowl with Penn State and Boise State. Wow. All right, let's see here in this one. Let me just give me 1 second, fam. Okay, I think I'm good to go here now for the big game tonight with Penn State and Boise State. Well, look, obviously the committee knows what they're doing or they have no clue what they're doing. You guys be the judge, right? Here, we have a committee that puts our college football playoff together. They gave one of these teams a bye into this round. Obviously, that team is the better team, right? The higher seed. Penn State's an 11-point favorite over the team that got the bye. So we know it's screwed up somehow. Or, I don't know, maybe the committee has it right. Maybe the Mountain West, biggest joke of a conference out there, maybe they'll just show up in this game all of a sudden. Look, it's been a great season. They've got the great, running back here in this game. And Penn State's got a pretty good running back, They got two running backs here that if you put them on Boise State, they might have a pretty good year too. And they got a pretty good quarterback, even if things were a little bit shaky, it felt like last time out. But Penn State here, 1-5 against the spread when coming off of a straight up and against the spread win this season. They haven't covered very well in the next games. And well, for Franklin, remember that you do have a Boise State team that is ranked very, very high. Penn State does not do well against highly ranked teams. Now, if Boise State is a quote unquote fraud, wherever you want to classify these Mountain West teams, they're still in the rankings to a certain extent that these are the games where Penn State doesn't even win. Franklin against top 10 teams, he's 3-9 straight up, and 5-14 or 4-13 against the spread away from home against highly successful teams with a winning percentage of 89% or greater. So now Penn State does have a great defense. They held 6 opponents to their lowest output of the season. But Boise is 7-2 against the spread in their last 9 off of a double-digit loss, and 6-0 against the spread in that role when coming off of a win. The Mountain West as a Bulldogs of a touchdown or more are 10-2 against the spread. So you can make fun of the Mountain West, but they're usually getting plenty of points. And they probably, even in this matchup, are probably getting plenty of points. I'm not even about the blind resume type of thing. I don't think the resumes would pass the test here, but still, The College Football Bowl Committee would have you make you think that Boise State is the better team here. We gave them the bye. We gave now there are the rule right with the conferences and how it works out. We know that it's screwed up, but that's on them. That's not our fault. So the pressure's on them here. We'll see if Boise can get this. There are plenty of trends that I think favor Boise in this one, although Boise has struggled in non-conference games, 4-8 against the spread in their last 12. But they did play this season 6 bowl teams. Did Boise State, including Oregon, right? Including UNLV, uh, San Jose State as well. So in those games, they did go 5-1. Then played UNLV twice, remember? So they went 5-1 straight up and against the spread against those bowl teams here this season, and they covered against Oregon. Remember, they should be in the they should be the number 2 seed or 3 seed. All right, let's see what you have here. I hope I made sense on all that. I'm not saying that Boise is better than Penn State or anything. I'm just making the conclusion, making not a joke about it. Robert Franklin says Penn State smacks. Thomas says, give me Penn State. You guys got Penn State to roll these guys. I'm taking Boise State. We've seen Boise State here in this game in one of the most memorable bowl games in, I don't know, this century.
Steam playing.
Andrews on Penn State. Cash Kane says over. Robert McCormick's got a Penn State smash spot. And Cash Kane says he's got Boise with me. We got one person in there. Redbeard, great job in the chat last night. Good to see you here, Redbeard. Thank you for, I think Redbeard is, if I'm not mistaken, he might have been buying some memberships last night. Elliot says a lot of money on the over. Oh, he's saying Boise State and over, and then he's given the percentage there, 92% of the bets and 32% of the money on the money line are Penn State to win outright. So you do have all the small bettors are on Penn State, but the big money line bettors are on Boise, it looks like here, the way that Elliot's laying it out for us. Hope I got that right, Elliot. Teresa, I think this is a little might be a little parlay action. And Jake says Penn State wins, but will they cover? You could kind of equate it right to, like, remember when TCU got rolled in the game, right? Kind of the equivalent here a little bit, but the problem is Franklin's numbers to a certain extent in no Boise should probably not be ranked as high as they are, but Thomas says Boise might cover. You know what? Maybe they will. And Robert's got it pretty much perfect here, no doubt, as far as those numbers are concerned. I just, I'm not saying because it's New Year's Eve or anything like that. I mean, New Year's Day, bowl games, that's part of the tradition. I'm just saying this feels like a weird setting here a little bit in Glendale here. Boise State team total over for Redbeard. And Cash Kane ready to roll. And Penn State's a consensus play for you guys. Consensus going against me here in 2 games today. Consensus play, Penn State over Boise. Lay the points. All right. Yeah, no doubt. It seems inflated, right? Come on. Hey, Lauren Dorian there. I hope I got that right. But Lauren Doiron. Nice to see you, Lauren. I know Lauren's been with us before. Teresa likes the over here. Johnny Walker, Boise team total over. And Andrew, right, that no doubt, I think maybe blasting Penn State at home. Have we overlooked, the fact that those teams in this weird, dumb format got those buys, or not buys, but home games, right? To blow out somebody. All right. Andrew, yeah, it's indoors though, Andrew. And it is warm though, or at least warm or nice temperature. And Teresa, Alabama, there in that other game. That's it for the Bulls today. And man, it'll be a great New Year's Day too tomorrow, won't it? And we'll talk about those games. But let's keep the show moving. That's already 5 games, and we're only an hour into the show. So we better get moving here because we got a massive NBA and NHL slate to take care of, and maybe we'll move quickly here on some of these games. Let's get to the NBA if we can. We already saw Nate with the Celtics in a smash spot here against the Raptors. Let me, before we go, there is some steam that came in. Utah State, Nevada college basketball steam to the over here in this one. It was 144, probably up to 145. Utah State, Nevada, those teams have played some unders for sure this season, but over is the steam in that one. Also, New Mexico and Fresno State. Steam here to the over at 158.5 or so. This one was as low as 155 last night. I was with Jeff and I pointed out to him, and I don't know if he heard me but I said, I see here, this is what I ended up doing. But I saw a 5-point middle last night in this game. I saw one book at 160, and I saw one at 155. So I ended up buying a point or two, a couple of points each way, and opening up a pretty big middle in that game. But here's a steam to the over here with New Mexico and Fresno State at 150. Like I said, it was as low as 155. They steamed it at 158.5 or so. This one could make it to 160 here with New Mexico and Fresno State. I thought if I had to look at either way, like I said, I took a big middle in this game, but I thought under might be the right call. Okay, let's go here, NBA. And we got to roll through these games. Started off here with the Raptors and the Celtics, as Nate said. Here he's got the Celtics in a smash spot. He's never gone against the Celtics, so you can take that for what it's worth. I obviously go against the Celtics quite frequently, but I don't know if I will in this one, even at 17 here, right? Yes, on the surface, Toronto has been pretty terrific to everyone's pocketbook. It feels like that's been backing them. Toronto's been money this year, no doubt about it. But here you again, you have we think we know the Celtics and what they do and when they do it. Boston's covered the spread in 10 of their last 12 games when coming off of a loss. So, yeah, it is 17. And Toronto certainly, they never win right now beating division opponents. I know that's not saying much when you have this one as a 17-point spread, but 9 of the last 13 meetings between these two teams have gone under here. I almost want to take Boston as a premium, but I'm not sure about the total. Maybe I like it under. Toronto's been going over here a little bit of late. They've gone over in 4 of their last 6 games overall, but I don't know. It might be hard for the subscribers to swallow a 17-point spread here with Boston. So I'm going to take Boston, though, on the show and lay 17 points actually in the game against the Raptors here today. We know that the Raptors have been dreadful here. They're on a big time losing streak right now, and they did fail in their last 2 games. They got blown out by Atlanta by 29, and they got beat by Memphis by 29 points. So Boston coming off that loss to Indiana. Remember, they played the back-to-back games, or not back-to-back nights, but 2 games in 3 nights. And after they beat Indiana, we came back with Indiana. We had Boston laying big points against Indiana. We came back with Indiana. We know Boston. I'm taking them here. All right, let's see what you guys have. in this one with Robert does like the Raptors here in this one. And Cash Kane says, not only are the Raptors a awful team, but they've got some injury woes coming in. RJ Barrett's going to miss the game today with an illness. Grady Dick questionable. Porzingis questionable here for Boston. All right. Oh, Nasty Nate also likes the second quarter, and he'll take Pritchard over in his points. Pretty much the same bets every time from Nate, but hey, if they're cashing. Boston team total over here for Jermaine. Robert says, hey, I'm not sure they're looking to blow out the Raptors here. This is just what I've seen is, Boston. It just seems like when Boston comes in off of a loss, they blow out the next night. All right. Yep, same almost with me too, Elliot. Robert likes the over here in this one. Jake says Celtics and over. Here's Jermaine with a little prop action. And Big Scott, Big Scott, I didn't catch the last two fights. I had to come here and do this show. We started watching those fights last night at 11 a.m. Eastern, and here it is just 10:24 Eastern, and I believe the card has just ended. So I don't have the results, actually, Big Scott. Hey, some steam just came in on the Colorado Avalanche today in their hockey matchup tonight with the Winnipeg Jets. The Avalanche here were $1.75, but they're going even higher here right now. They've had their way a little bit with the Jets, but man, they haven't been terrific at big prices. So, whatever. Steam coming in here on the Avalanche tonight against the Winnipeg Jets. All right, I think I'm good on this one. Unless you guys have anything here. I think Fernando may be going over there. Andrew says it's hard to figure out the Celtics. We can't get I don't think we've got one wrong in the last 12 games. I think I have the Celtics down pat. All right. And here's Jermaine going with Browns PRA over. All right, that's it. We got to keep moving here right now. I got the Celtics in a blowout. All right. Oh, let's see here. Celtics team total over here for Jermaine, I think he says. Next up is the Bucks are going to take on the Pacers here in this one with the Bucks favored here on the road by 1.5, maybe even 2 now, and the total is at 230. The widely reported steam did come in on the Bucks, and the widely reported steam also came in on the under here. But I think we've seen mostly overs when it comes to this series in the past. 5 straight meetings between these two teams in Indiana, between these division rivals, have gone over, and 5 of the last 6 games overall have gone over. Indiana's beaten Milwaukee in 5 straight meetings here right now. And got some steam coming in here, college basketball. Giannis is questionable in this game today. He's been under the weather here. So let me squeeze this one in, though. Steam coming in on Dayton here just moments ago. Dayton in their game against LaSalle. They are we're 17-point favorites. The steam already came in on the under in this game with Dayton and LaSalle, but right now we're seeing Dayton up to looks like an 18-point favorite against the Explorers. All right, see what you want to do in this one with Milwaukee and Indiana. I've got to go over in this matchup. I'm going to fade the steam here. I think I've got two teams that just go over when facing each other. So I kind of like that, especially if, yeah, Milwaukee might be favored in this one. Doesn't feel like uh, maybe Indiana's certainly been given some back here at this point. They are coming off of a win though last time out in that game against the Celtics. So Steam came in just seconds ago here on BYU in their game against Arizona State. BYU was a 10.5 point favorite, but looks like they're moving to 11 here in this one against ASU. BYU taking the steam here on the morning steam show. All right. See if you guys have anything here. I wonder though about Giannis. Can he make this game today? Actually, see what we got here with you guys in the chat. Looks like definitely some moves here. Thomas is on Milwaukee. Jermaine's on the Pacers. Cash Kane on the Pacers. Jake's on the Bucks. This one's going back and forth. Jermaine likes Greek Freak to go over his PRA. I'm not even sure he's going to make it to play in this game, but if he is, maybe he'll be ready to give it a strong effort. Jermaine has Lillard here to go over and Siakam under in his threes. Robert likes the over in this one with me. JW likes the Bucks. Robert McCormick likes the Bucks as well. And Robert Franklin likes Lillard assists. I'll take the over in this one with the Bucks and the Pacers. All right, next up. Clippers on the road at the Spurs. We're into the night card now at 7:10 Eastern, 4:10 Pacific. In this one, the Clippers are hot. They've won 3 in a row here right now. Spurs have dropped 3 of their last 4 games coming into this one. The Clippers have won 7 of the last 8 trips here into San Antonio, and they've won 5 straight over San Antonio overall. 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams have gone under, and we've been strong on those Clippers unders. It feels like Clippers are 7-12-1 to the under as a dog. And although San Antonio does go 8-4 to the over as a favorite, they're just 9 overs and 9 unders at home so far this season. So I'm going to end up on the Clippers here in this game. I might even take them on the money line here in this one. San Antonio has been covering numbers for sure, but I don't know if I trust them necessarily here as a favorite. Clippers are 20-12 against the spread so far this season. San Antonio just 9-9 against the spread at home. I say just. They're having a pretty decent run here right now. 16-16. They slowly but surely they're getting to be a formidable team, especially at home. But LA has gone under in 6 of their last 7 games on the road. That's what we've kind of been pounding. But the widely reported steam did come in here on the over, but that line there, 4 and 217.5, pretty much is the line at this point. So, all right, see if you guys want to play this one with San Antonio and the Clippers. Clippers have had their way in this series, no doubt about it. Here is Thomas with the Clippers money line. Maybe Cash Kane likes the under here. Robert Franklin likes the Clippers -4 here. Maybe he typed it wrong. Maybe he likes them -4. JW, though, likes the Spurs, lay the 4. Robert says, I like him on the money line. So there, maybe you go. Maybe that's what Robert meant. Take him on the money line here. I'm going to take him here on the money line, I think, but I'll grab the points as my official play if you don't mind here. Give me the Clippers against the Spurs. Spurs have covered the spread in 5 straight games here right now. Even with 3 of those games being losses, but here they are favored in this one. So Fernando says maybe this one sneaks over. Yeah, maybe it does, but I don't know. I just can't get off these Clippers unders. It feels like right now. So how about Norm? How about my man Norm with his points over here? 6 straight games for Norm. All right, the Timberwolves and the Thunder. Pretty good game here with the Thunder favored by 6.5 against the Wolves. The total here at 217. Oklahoma State red hot here with a big time winning streak right now. Timberwolves have won 3 straight here as well. So we'll see here. This is a series that usually goes under for sure when these two teams. Let me see if I have this right. 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams have gone under. And, well, you have two teams that they produce some unders. Oklahoma City, 14-17 to the under as a favorite here. Oklahoma City has won 6 straight games overall right now. But Minnesota, they've been okay as a dog for sure. Let me see what it is. 3-1. They've only been an underdog in 4 games this season. Wow. I gotta think they can stay in this one, man. I'm going to take the Timberwolves here plus the points. Thunder's hot. I know that, but the Wolves here getting a decent amount of points here. I'm going to try to grab these points actually with the Wolves. I see it down to 6. In fact, 6.5 pretty much everywhere right now. It was as high as 7.5, but the move here might be on the Wolves. Steam just came in, NHL Steam moments ago. Jets and Avalanche game to go over here at 6. I think we're going to see some 6.5s here right now with the Jets and the Avalanche. Steam to the over. We already saw that Avalanche Steam come in. Now we're seeing Steam to the over here. Okay. Anything here, gang, with the Timberwolves and the Thunder? Let me know in the chat. We've got Thomas on OKC here in this one. Thomas says he'll tease the Thunder with the Clippers tonight. Robert says Wolves and over here. And Robert McCormick, Robert Franklin, my 2 Roberts. And he likes the Wolves with me here in this one. All right, we're starting to speed it up here. Hope we're not going too fast, but see your plays are all in. So here we go. Next up, Cavaliers taking on the Lakers here in this one with the Cavs on the road, favored by 4. The total here is down to 228. It went as high as 231, but we're kind of seeing it beat back down here a little bit. After the steam came in on the over, they've actually started to push back. It feels like here a little bit. Lakers have gone over in their last 3 games overall. The Warriors played, of course, last night against the Warriors did play last night. Yes, the Cavaliers played last night against the Warriors, and we did have the total under as our premium pick winner in that one as the Cavaliers beat up on the Warriors and sent them, the Warriors definitely reeling here a little bit. Cavaliers don't lose to many teams. We know that right now. And they've won 5 straight games here overall. Lakers have covered the spread in 5 of their last 6 games overall. 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams have gone under the total. So Cavs red hot, but they're on the back-to-back. Is that going to affect it here for you guys? And what is the status of LeBron, right? Some talk that maybe this would be the game that he takes off, especially after we saw following his birthday. LeBron had a few glasses of wine for his birthday yesterday. 40 years old. I was tired of listening to the talking heads. I think LeBron put him to shame. They all said, hey, you know what? 40 years old, maybe now it's time to retire. I remember when they said when he was 30 years old that, hey, at least we don't have to, watch LeBron for many more years. Well, here we are 10 years later. And he said yesterday, I could play 5 to 7 more years here. And hey, hats off to Bronny. You know what? He's tearing up the G League. I have a feeling he's going to end up uh, making a contribution here somehow. We know the Lakers have had some personnel changes here, so we'll see. But LeBron questionable, AD questionable. Cleveland comes in perfectly healthy, pretty much into this one. Uh, uh, Go ahead, chat. Let me hear from you in this one. I don't like the Lakers in this game at all. I'm going to take the Cavaliers here. The Cavaliers have covered 5 of their last 6 games in this one, so I'm not even concerned about the back-to-back. I think the matchup is poor for the Lakers here. Robert likes the Cavs. JW went OKC in that other game. Thomas is on the Cavs. JW says Lakers money line. Cash Kane says Cavs. Robert says Cavs and under. Lorenzo says no D'Lo. Right? And Cavs get up for this one, right? Robert says last game Mitchell had 10 points, Russell had 28. Russell gone. Cavs smack. All right. Yep. They got out easy, felt like last night, the way they performed, and felt pretty good about that undercall last night when that halftime score was in at pretty low for sure last night. Warriors weren't ready. It felt like too much for the Cavaliers. 28-4. Can you believe it? Very reminiscent of some of those teams back. There was a time, when some teams are going like 73-9 or I don't know, 70-12. All right, gang, we're seeing some steam right now in college football on that Baylor game. I mentioned that the total had been sneaking up here today, but it's getting hit back down here for sure. This one's going to head back down to probably 62 or so with steam back to the under in that game. I'm on the over, so at least I can sit it out and wait a little bit and wait for me to get off the show here, and I can get a good number in that one. So, all right, let's take a look here. Any other comments for this game? Fernando says he likes over if those guys are in. Fernando likes to wait, see if those guys are in. I'll tell you what. And JW, yeah, that's why they made the move. Lakers aren't going to sit and wait here, it feels like, right now. But all right, give me here the Cavs in this one. One more NBA. Man, we got to get to the hockey. We got to get to everything here. Wow. Grizzlies and Suns here late. Not late, 9:10 Eastern, same time as the Laker game, 9:10 Eastern, 6 Pacific here with Memphis, 22-11. Ja Morant out for this game. That's already been determined here. Let's see what the status is of him. Yeah, out with the shoulder injury in this one. Zach Edey, he is out of this game as well with a concussion. So definitely some issues a little bit here for Memphis in this game. Now we know Phoenix hasn't been too terrific either. They've lost 2 straight. They've had a few losses here for sure. Devin Booker questionable in this game as well. Nurkic is suspended currently for the Suns, remember. So this one's a little bit shaky tonight with these two teams. Let's see what we want to do with this one. Look, Memphis is a far better team. The steam came in on Memphis here, but the line still, it was as high as 7.5, and now it's down to 4.5 here at some spots. The move is definitely on Memphis here, and the total's been going up to 236.5 or so. All right. Memphis has gone over in 6 of their 8 games as an underdog. Memphis has gone over in 5 of their last 6 games on the road, but Phoenix has been going under here for sure of late. They're 6-11 to the under at home. Memphis has covered 4 of the last 5 trips here into Phoenix. I like the Memphis Grizzlies in this game. I think I like them on the money line, even without Ja here. Phoenix seems to be broken, possibly a little bit. These teams have not met yet this season, but Memphis won the last trip in here, 121-115 as an 8.5 point dog. I'm going to take Memphis in this one. See if you guys are with me here. Here's the thing, Memphis, Phoenix right now, they are 15-16 under 500. Memphis has won 13 straight games against teams that are under 500. Seeing some steam here right now. College basketball, West Virginia and Kansas. Steam to the under here. There's been some unders for sure with these two teams, if I'm not mistaken. And right now, this total was 143. It's probably going to go to 142 here with West Virginia and Kansas. Steam to the under. All right. A few more comments here, I think, in this one. Grizzlies and Suns. And let's go. We've got Cash Kane. Suns money line. He'll go against me here, it looks like. Cash Kane, maybe lay the points too. And I'm not sure of this status for Booker here, JW. Maybe you have a feeling that he will make the lineup. I'm not as positive here for Booker to make the lineup tonight. But no doubt Durant is in. Here's Justin. Sports money is money. Cash Kane says triple double for Durant. Here's Robert on Memphis. He also likes the over here in this one. I'm on Memphis. Fernando going to lean to the under. Robert's got the under. And Cash Kane says under all day. Morgan Spooner says the reason. Yeah, we got the news here on West Virginia affecting that line is what Morgan says in that one, and why we've seen this heavy move to the under here is Tucker DeVries still out here right now for West Virginia. But we also got news here just as I was coming on the air that Jaden Stone and Amani Hansberry also questionable for West Virginia. Kansas's Zach Clements is doubtful in the game. Okay. I think that's it for the NBA. So let's get a move on here right now. But I took 4 road teams today in my picks there in the NBA. All right. Let's go to the hockey. We got to roll through this, it feels like, because there's plenty of college basketball as well. So bear with me here with the matchups and get ready for the hockey picks with the Bruins taking on the Capitals. Here in this one, you've got the Caps are favored at home, a minus $1.50 right now, and the total 6 under 25. We're seeing some 5.5s for sure. 5.5 over 20 maybe is the more popular play here. Maybe the line is a little bit less expensive at some of the sharper books, but feels like at least $1.40 or $1.50 here with Washington. Feels like the better home team here, it feels like. Let me squeeze in one more quick play. Boy, I tell you, the Sharps and I aren't getting along here too much, but Tulane and Charlotte steam to the under here right now with this one, with Tulane and Charlotte. Total was 145.5, probably going down here to 144.5 or so with Tulane and Charlotte. Oh man, I kind of like some of these games. All right, that's my job. All right, let's see what you got here with the Bruins and the Capitals. Capitals are a profitable team at home. We know that. The Bruins are not profitable on the road. You have Washington here, though. They've gone, let's see, let me get this straight here. Washington right now, 1-2 straight up over their last 3 games, but they're still 11-4 at home this season. Boston just 4-7 as an underdog right now. Man, I kind of like Washington maybe here in this one. That the widely reported steam did come in on the under in this game. Like I said, it's down here to 5.5 or so right now, juiced to the over. I think we've seen this series has kind of been, let me get the numbers on this, but I think we've had mostly an under series when these two teams have met. 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two have gone under. Boston's been an over team on the road, but they've gone under in 7 of their last 10 games overall, despite 8-3 to the over as an underdog, 11-7 to the over on the road. I'm going to go under in the game with Boston and Washington here in this one. All right. And let's see, next up. Uh, uh, oh, I'm sorry. Let me go to your plays here if I can. Okay, here we go. Philly Eagle Flyers on the Caps on the money line. Also, first period under. Caps in regulation here. It's all Capitals. Man, look at this. 3 Capitals in a row there. It feels like. Jake Dye also on the Caps. Could we have a consensus hockey play here with the? I like the Capitals. I'll put them in there too. I'm going to take the. Can I do that? I'm going to go side and total. You guys all like the Capitals. I'd like to increase the consensus here. One more play. Let's take the Capitals. I'll take them. We'll see if Thomas agrees. But a steam coming in here. College basketball, VCU and St. Bonaventure. We're seeing steam to the under here in that one with VCU and Bonaventure now. It was 134, but it's going to be 133 or lower here right now with VCU and St. Bonaventure. All right. Yep, I like it, Thomas. I felt like there was 4 or 5 of us there. Let's take the Capitals here. I was going to use them as a premium, but you guys liked them so strong. Let's put it in the consensus parlay. We need a few more teams on that one today. So, it is a 5-teamer. Is it really? Wow, did we have 4 other ones? Oh, let's do it. Let's try to get someone a 20-1 payout here today. I feel like we're hot. Let's keep it going quickly, though, if we can, with the Islanders and the Maple Leafs next up. Maple Leafs, $1.50. The total 6 here in this one. 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams have gone over. Toronto's gone over in 5 straight games overall in this one. Both teams are coming in off of a loss, but Toronto, they're having a pretty strong time here. It feels like right now, Toronto 14-7 at home here. Islanders have covered the puck line in 5 straight. They've also won 5 straight against Toronto. This one's a toughie a little bit if you like that series history. Man, Islanders 5 straight, but Toronto's been looking pretty strong here of late, and they're actually a pretty decent price at $1.40 or so. A tough one here with the Islanders and the Leafs. Let's see what you have here. Toronto 7-13-1 to the under at home, but Islanders 11-4-2 to the over as a dog. Toronto's gone over in 7 straight games overall. Wow. That's something. Is that right? No, that's not right, is it? Let me look at this. Yeah, boy, it is. So my numbers, I must have messed something up there with Toronto because 7 goals in the game against Washington, 7 in the game against Detroit, 7 in the game against Winnipeg, 9 in the game against. Wow, it's a lot of goals for sure right now. Toronto scoring at will, but they've also struggled, right? Giving up 5 to Washington, 5 to Winnipeg, 6 to the Isles. They lost to the Isles here at home just 10 days ago. 6-3. Wow. All right, let me see what you guys. This is an interesting one for sure. Okay. Phil Eagle Flyer says the Leafs. Here's Robert on the over here. Cash Kane says, give me the Islanders on the puck line. Yeah, Toronto's not doing too well with their home puck lines right now, right? 13 and, well, let's see here. Islanders 12-5 as a puck line dog. Jake may go over. Jermaine likes an alternate over here. Robert says Leafs and under. JW says Leafs. It just looks like a pretty good price for the Leafs right now. I usually like when a series history play if they're, but the Leafs are just playing too strong. It feels like, but Robert likes a regulation draw here. All right, I'm going to take the over as my play. Look, I think this is a premium, but I don't know about the side. This one's very peculiar to me. I'm going to go over as my play. Man, I like that game as a premium, but I want to get a winner here. Let's go over. I might have to lay off the side, believe it or not. Give me the over in the Islanders and Leafs game. Canadians taking on the Golden Knights here. Golden Knights. Maybe I should check out the goalies too. With Montembeault and Hill here in this one. I check it because it feels like this one. Let me see. I think we've had some confirmed goalies. It's possible there could be. No, this feels like the matchup. Okay, let's go with this one right now with the Canadians on the road against the Golden Knights. The Canadians have done pretty well against the Golden Knights, actually, at least covering their puck lines. They've covered 5 straight times here in Vegas. And the Montreal, not horrible on the road money-wise. They're a break-even proposition this season, and right now, Montreal's playing some of their best hockey of the season, it feels like, with wins over Tampa Bay and over Florida. They've been covering puck lines left and right. Now, they are running into a juggernaut at this point with the Golden Knights having won 9 of their last 10 games overall. They're on a winning streak here, no doubt. 5 straight victories, but Montreal, for whatever reason, they seem to play okay in here, even though Vegas has beat them in 5 straight. It's pretty much always a 1-goal game. Now, they did play in Montreal a couple weeks ago, and it was 5-2. Vegas won that one, but Vegas won 6-5 before that. Now, let's see what you guys have here in this one with Montreal. Montreal does a pretty good job in this role on the puck line. 19-14. The price could be attractive enough here to consider. Both teams pretty strong to the over right now. Montreal 12-4-1 to the over this season on the road. Vegas has gone over in 7 of their last 10 games overall. See what you have here. If anything, here is Golden Knights for Cash Kane. Robert says, give me the Montreal team total over. Jake Dye says, Vegas money line plus the over 5.5. Take it down to 5.5. Robert likes the over here in this one. All righty, and Phil Eagle Flyer says, give me the over 5.5, over 6.5. I hope I say that right when he shows that pick, and also sprinkle the overtime. Robert likes the over. A lot of over support here in this one. All right. I'm going to try Montreal here on the puck line today, plus the 1.5 as my selection. Okay, next up, got to keep it moving here. Blues and Blackhawks. You got the Blues on the road here in this. Oh, yeah, kind of. This game was the outdoor classic today at Wrigley Field in Chicago. So Blackhawks on a losing streak here. Maybe they'll get up for this. I'll get up for this one, but obviously the circumstances with this game being played here at Wrigley Field. Let's see how it goes today in this one. Here we go. Chicago here, man, they just struggle in division games, it feels like at this point. Chicago's gone over in 8 straight games against the Blues when coming in off of a loss. For the Blues here, they've gone 13-3 in the last 16 games overall against the Blackhawks, a strong, dominant series. They've also covered the puck line in 4 of the last 5 games between these two teams, although 6 of the last 8 games between these two teams have gone under when playing in Chicago. Now, obviously, unique circumstances with the outdoor game today. 4 of the last 6 meetings between the two teams have actually gone over. So these two teams primarily trending under for the most part this season. They're a combined 28-39 to the under overall, but like I said, the total here pretty much 5.5, and I'm going to end up on the over in this game with the outdoor classic. I will take the chance to go over 5.5 in this one. I think the series kind of lends itself to the over here. Let's see. Now, give me your picks on this one. With St. Louis has only been favored 6 times this season. They are 4-2 to the over in those games. And I'm showing Bennington and Mrazek, but Mrazek is confirmed here in goal, 7-13 with a 3.25 goals against average. All right, nothing from you guys too much here in the Winter Classic today, but here is Philly Eagle Flyer, leans Blues and over. Blues here, the line now is currently at $1.40 or $1.45 or so. All right, keep it moving here right now and try to get through this. We're almost halfway there. Philadelphia taking on the Sharks in this one. In San Jose, got Philadelphia $1.65 or so in this one. The total here is at 6, shaded to the over, -120. Yeah, Philadelphia, maybe they're $1.75 or so here, but the Sharks actually do pretty well in the series, staying within the puck line usually in this matchup. They've covered the puck line in 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two. San Jose has actually won this game in 4 of the last 5 meetings at home. So pretty interesting spot to consider here with a dog. San Jose's on a losing streak again, no doubt about it. But Philadelphia, they've also lost a few here of late. They lost to the Kings. They did beat Anaheim, lost at Pittsburgh. This is the 4th game, or 4th straight road game, 3rd straight on this road trip right now. Steam coming in right now on a basketball game we just talked about moments ago. Toronto and Boston. Steam coming in on the over here at 233.5. It's going to go up to 234.5. It looks like here. Toronto and Boston. Steam coming in right now on the over. All right, let's see what you guys have here in this one with the Flyers taking on the Sharks. These two teams met in Philly back in November, and Philly got the 4-3 victory. Sharks won the last meeting at home last season here, 2-1. I think the puck line probably is a little bit too high. I want to consider the Sharks here in this one, but that puck line's $1.75. So give me the Sharks on the money line here in this one. Philly's gone over in 5 of their last 6 games overall. San Jose, yeah, they've lost 7 in a row, but I think they can get at least a puck line here if you wanted to try it at that high price. But I'm going to play them on the money line in this one. All right, here's Sharks on the puck line for Robert. Cash Kane says maybe the Flyers will win, but they can't cover a puck line here. Robert McCormick says try the under in this one. All right. Predators and the Wild in this one. And the Predators took the steam again here. Now, this is a series of the Predators have done pretty well, I believe, against the Wild. You look at it overall, Nashville has covered the puck line in 5 straight meetings between these two teams at Minnesota, and they've covered the puck line in 10 of the last 12 games overall here. But well, the Predators took the money, and now all of a sudden the Wild are down to $1.35 or so here, a very manageable price against a team that, yeah, I know the Sharps keep taking these guys, but they've lost 2 straight again here. All of a sudden now, I understand the Wild did play. What was that game 2 nights ago against Ottawa and lost 3-1 to snap their 2-game losing streak. But Nashville here just lost 3-0 at Winnipeg, 7-4 at St. Louis before that. So I don't think they're going to be in for much here. It feels like they're going to have trouble scoring, period. Minnesota's gone under in 4 of their last 5 games, and Minnesota's gone under in 10 of their last 13 games at home overall. So this one's, sitting at 5.5. Juice to the over. Maybe it's $1.25 to the over, not necessarily $1.30 here in this one, but I'm going under in this game with Nashville and Minnesota. Nashville's 5-14 to the under on the road. Minnesota's 5-12-1 to the under at home. I'm going to take the under in this one between Nashville and Minnesota. Minnesota's gone under in 7 straight games when they were favored and coming off of a home loss. So give me the under here in this one. All right, let's see here. Jake Dye says he likes Nashville. He likes that steam in this one. Robert Franklin likes a regulation draw. All right, next up, I got to keep this show moving, man. Hurricanes and Blue Jackets right now. You got the Hurricanes, big favorite on the road against Columbus here, but come on, Columbus has been our home moneymaker, it feels like this season. The Hurricanes are costing you a quarter of a unit per game on the road, while the Blue Jackets, they're gaining nearly a half a unit in home games this season with their 11-4 home record. Carolina just 8-9 straight up on the road. Now, granted, they are 21-12 as a favorite, and Columbus just 12-18 as an underdog. But I would think here for me, Columbus. Let me see what these numbers say, because Columbus 17-13 is a puck line dog, 12-6 at home as a puck line favorite. Carolina just 7-11 on the road as a puck line favorite. As a puck line favorite on the road. Carolina's dropped the puck line in 7 of their last 8 games, coming off of a win. And like I said, Columbus been winning games at home for sure. They just beat Boston. They beat a relatively hot Montreal team. They beat New Jersey here at home 4-2. So I like Columbus in this game. I might like them to win this game. Carolina and Columbus. Let's see. Carolina's gone under in 9 straight games against Columbus. Off of a home win. I don't know. I would think there's goals expected in this game. Give me the over. I'm going to go over here in this one as my play. I think I'm going to use Columbus on the puck line here tonight, but Columbus has gone over in 10 of their last 12 games at home and 7 of the last 8 meetings between these two teams here in Columbus have gone over. Boy, I like this game. I'm going to go over as my play here on the show. Man, maybe that I I kind of switched it up here. I was going to go over as my premium and Blue Jackets on the show, but I've kind of switched on the fly here. And I'm going to end up with the Blue Jackets puck line on premium picks. I see the price is still minus $1.35, but that's going to be good enough for me. I'm going to end up on the Blue Jackets puck line as a premium today. Okay, let's see here what you have. Jake Dye with Columbus puck line. Robert says Columbus money line here. I'm going to sprinkle the money line, I think. And Philly Eagle Flyer says Canes team total over. Could we see a wild one here, like 5-4 or something? Columbus has been averaging a good offense until they ran out of steam against Boston. But remember, they had just beaten Boston 6-2 and then lost 4-0 the next night on the road. All right, Philly Eagle Flyer is going to host his own outdoor classic. All right, here we go. Devils and Ducks in this one. You've got another big road favorite here with the Devils, 250. I'll call it 275 right now in this game against the Ducks. Pretty big favorite here, obviously, in this one with, let's see here. We got some... All right, here we go in this one with New Jersey and Anaheim. Anaheim has defeated New Jersey in 7 of the last 9 meetings between the two teams at home. And the Ducks have had their number a little bit. Devils not liking this trip. The widely reported steam did come in on the Devils. It also came in on the over here. And the over now is 6.5 under at most places. And I should just update that on the screen because it definitely is 6.5 shaded to the under pretty much everywhere you look. So steam there. And also the steam came in on the over in this game. I kind of want to say like whatever, right? Anaheim is 6-12 to the under at home this season. New Jersey, they're 14-21 to the under overall. Two teams that definitely play a lot of unders here for the most part. And this series has been a bit of an under as well. I think we have that here. Let's see. Big hockey night card here. Here we go. Anaheim, 11 straight unders when coming off of a win. I'm going to take the Ducks here on the puck line today with this increased price. I get it. I mean, New Jersey, they're fine, no doubt about it. 24-12, having a great season. Anaheim, remember, 14-17. That's not too shabby for them, it feels like. Now, New Jersey's been good on the road, for sure. 12-6 straight up on the road. But Anaheim, 21-11 as a puck line underdog this season, often by prices similar to this, minus $1.15 or so. So I'm going to take Anaheim here on the puck line, but man, I got to like this value on the total, it feels like. Cash Kane says, give me the puck line in this one. Roberts on the Ducks on the money line today. Philly Eagle Flyer already parlayed the Caps, Leafs, VGK, Cane Stars, Devils money lines, and over the Flyers game and Abs game. Now, earlier I did show in that I see you talking about the confirmations of some of the goalies there, and yeah, there aren't as many yet, but did see Merzlikins in there today for Columbus. So, okay, I guess that's it for you guys in this one. I'll move on here, trying to wrap this up. Penguins on the road, taking on the Red Wings here. The widely reported steam did come in on the under in this game. Like I said, was 6.5. here in this one. Now we're dealing with maybe 6 over 15 for the most part. Let's update that. Feel like that's pretty much the line now in this one with Pittsburgh and Detroit. And these two teams have had some overs when they've met, so maybe a little bit of a surprise. 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone over. 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams in Detroit have gone over, but the widely reported steam did come in on the under here in this one. And you have for, oops, oh, darn it. Okay, hold on. I believe we've crashed. All right, let me just go to the chat here while I try to catch up on the computer here a little bit. Detroit snapped their losing streak last time out with that win over Washington at home, 4-2. They were in a bad way before that game, but man, I want to take Detroit here. I'm going to try Detroit. I'm pretty sure in this one. Oh boy. Okay, I think I'm all caught up now. Man, well, nothing like delaying the show here because of the computer. Okay, here we go. So Pittsburgh and Detroit. Pittsburgh's covered. Let's see. All right, let me just get your picks on this. This computer, I'm frozen, gang. No notes here. I'm afraid on this game. My notes are frozen. Hey, there's Abel A. Abel, great job in the chat yesterday. We saw you over there on the night show, and love your Dodgers jersey there. You know I'm not a Dodgers fan, but do like that. I believe that's a Dodgers jersey there. Well, for sure, that's a Dodgers jersey. Thank you, Abel. Robert likes the over in this one. Cash gain with a little prop. Robert says wings and under. Thank you guys for picking the slack up for me here in this one. I'm taking the Red Wings today as my pick here in this one at home against the Penguins. Detroit already won the first meeting back in November 3-2 at Pittsburgh. I'm going to take Detroit here as my play on the show. All right, got to get a few more in here. We're going to do a few college basketball games. Just picks probably here. The show's getting a little long. We've been here 2 hours. Got 80 of you in here, so appreciate all of you here listening to my picks with Buffalo taking on Dallas here in this one. This one kind of reeks of under, it feels like, with these two right now. Of course, the Sabres, all of a sudden, they're on a 3-game winning streak. Remember, they couldn't win a game. What was that losing streak? It felt like 17 in a row or something like that. But now all of a sudden, Buffalo's hot. They're on a 3-game winning streak here. And Dallas, they're coming in here off of a win over Chicago, 5-1. But I don't know if that Dallas has been playing all that well coming in here in this one. Dallas is just 13-16 as a puck line favorite. Buffalo 12-7 as a puck line favorite, and Buffalo, they shook it off here a little bit and playing a little bit better here right now. So Buffalo's covered the puck line in some of these games anyway. Let's see. What did I say? 12-7 as a puck line dog here, and obviously they're getting a decent price at even money or so in this one right now. Well, maybe, oh boy, okay, $1.35. All right, I'll just take Buffalo on the puck line as my play here against Dallas today. I know I'm going to be on the under for sure. Come on, a Dallas game and the total is not 5.5. That's probably going to put me on an under in this one. Yeah, Buffalo's offense has shown out a little bit. They've gone over in 6 of their last 7, but Dallas is doing Dallas. They've gone under in 5 of their last 6 games. Dallas has defeated Buffalo in 9 of the last 11 meetings in Dallas, 9 of the last 11 years, basically. But Buffalo's gotten the puck line in 4 of those 5 games. So I think I'm going to try Buffalo here on the puck line and see what you guys have here in this one with Cash Kane likes the under. Dana liked the Red Wings in that other game. I know I'm going a little fast. I know, super true, but we give all the steam out though too. So I think we give out decent information. But here's Robert on the Buffalo puck line with me. Okay, let's see if we can't hurry it up and get a little bit, at least some of the trends in college basketball. The Jets and the Avalanche. Here in this one, the Avalanche $1.80 favorite, and the total is at 6.5 under. Oh, yeah, I think it's mostly 6.5 here right now. We saw that widely reported steam come in on the over in this game. It also came in on Colorado, but that total here now 6.5. Maybe minus $1.20. I'm still showing some juiced up sixes out there a little bit with this matchup. So with these two teams, the Avalanche certainly has been the better team in this series. Colorado's kind of dominated the Jets a little bit here of late. Colorado has won, let's see here, covered the puck line in 5 straight meetings against Winnipeg right now for Colorado. In fact, the teams met in November. Colorado won, or the Jets won 1-0. But the Jets were the puck line favorite in that one. So we'll see here with this big price, man. I probably want to take the Jets here in this one. Colorado has covered the puck line in 5 of their last 6 games, but Winnipeg's won 6 of their last 7 overall and 4 of the last 5 games on the road. Man, some of these Jets games are pretty low scoring. 3-0 against Nashville in the win. Jets have been covering these puck lines left and right. They beat Ottawa 4-2, covered the puck line. They beat Toronto on the road as a dog, and they beat Minnesota 5-0. Jets looking pretty good here right now. They are just 3-6 straight up as a dog this season, but I'm going to try I feel like they're going to be $1.75 on the puck line though. $1.60 here in this one, but I'm going to do it. I'm still going to take the Jets. I'm going to take them on the puck line here as my play at $1.65. Oops. All right. Jake says Colorado in regulation. Robert's on the under. I think I am too. A lot of these Winnipeg games, we're seeing a lot of unders right now with Winnipeg, it feels like. They're only 15-20 to the under this year, but Colorado is 3-6-1 to the under in their last 10 games overall. So hello to Barry Roselle today in the chat. Thank you for joining us, Barry. And Philly Eagle Flyer here, Avs team total over. All right, give me the Jets here. Just 2 more hockey, man. A lot of games here on the ice. Canucks and the Flames here in this one. The Canucks have been the better team of these two when they've met in this series. You've got Vancouver has covered the puck line in 4 last 5 meetings between these two teams. 4 of the last 5 meetings have gone over between these two teams when playing in Calgary here. Calgary has won 6 straight at home when coming off of a road loss when favored. Vancouver, though, a lot of these games are 1-goal games right now with Vancouver. Calgary going under in a lot of these matchups here against division foes for sure. But Colorado still 12-4 to the over at home. So system playing. Big time contrast here, it feels like to me. This is my least favorite game on the card today, it feels like. We know, Vancouver has been terrific on the road this season, 13-7, but they are just 3-6 as an underdog. And Calgary strong at home, 19-8 overall. So 19-8 overall as a favorite. All right. See what you guys have. This one's tough, man. I want to pass. Can I pass? I'm waiting for any comment at all to help me here. Canucks money line for Cash Kane and Roberts on the Flames. Oh, what to do? Oh man, I give up. I'm going to take the under in this one as my play. I have no idea on this game. I think I'm starting to. Uh, I think I think Tom is saying I might be getting tired here. That's what I feel like. I'm getting tired of these hockey games here. One more, get me out of here. Give me the Utah. Give me Utah on the puck line against the Oilers today. I'll take Utah. They're covering every puck line. I feel much better about this game. Utah, they're minus $1.35 on the puck line, but Utah 7-1 in their last 8 games on the road here right now. Now Edmonton has won 8 of their last 9 at home. They're the hottest team around for sure right now. Everybody's ganging up with Edmonton a little bit, but the widely reported steam did come in here on Utah. Utah's been losing games at home, but seems like when they go on the road, they've been winning. Now, they did get blasted last night by Seattle, so it is a back-to-back for sure here going up against the Oilers, but I'm going to try Utah. Edmonton has won 8 of their last 9 at home, but get this. I think you guys know this. We've talked about it before. The underdog in the Utah games, most often it is Utah, but they were favored, I think. Let me see here recently against Anaheim. This was the only game, or no, the Anaheim covered the puck line. The underdog has covered the puck line in 15 of the last 16 Utah Hockey Club games. I'm going to take Utah on the puck line minus $1.33. A 15-1 trend sounds pretty good, even if they have played on a back-to-back. Give me Utah on the puck line tonight. All right, Robert likes the over. Philly Eagle Flyer likes the over. Let's wrap up the hockey there. I'm going to be on a premium. I love the card, actually, other than that other game. But all right, I got some college basketball, and yeah, we're going to go quickly. Kept you long enough here. Going to go 2.5 hours again, but there's some nice games to look at. So let's take a peek at today's best games in college basketball. And started off with first game on the card at noon Eastern and 9 a.m. Pacific time with NC State. We're conference play for sure here today. So here we go. NC State took the steam in this one against Virginia. Oops. All right, here we go. They took the steam in this one against Virginia right now. NC State is a 1.5 point favorite, and the total here is 121.5. Now, there is a trend here. The total's 121, and North Carolina State hasn't scored at a game with less than 121 points in 2 seasons. So we'll see. I mean, but North Carolina State and Virginia, 7 of the last 9 meetings between these two teams here at Virginia have gone under. Virginia's won 4 of their last 5 at home. NC State has gone under in 5 straight games on the road. So could be a typical Virginia here. It feels like in this one. See what you guys if you like this one at all. But 121 might speak for itself here. I kind of want to go with a premium under here, but I'm just going to take the under on the show for sure in this one with NC State and Virginia. This is a series that goes under. You have two teams that are definitely under, it feels like. NC State's 4-8 to the under so far. Virginia 3-6 to the under at home. Not every Virginia game goes under, but I got to take the under in this one with NC State and Virginia. See what we got here. Hey, hello to C. James. Happy New Year to you. And Thomas is ready to start the party. Curtis likes the Cabs. Cash Kane likes the over here. Trap God's here. Hello. Says he likes Boise today. I'm with you, Trap God. I'm with Trap God. All right, Jake Dye says maybe Virginia here. And Thomas on Virginia, Robert on NC State. Super True likes Virginia here, and Curtis says Virginia might be a pick. I'm on the under here in this one. All right, next up. West Virginia and Kansas. You have Kansas here, a 13.5-point favorite, total 141.5. The widely reported steam came in on Kansas. We were on the air here for that one, and the widely reported steam also came in on the under in this game between West Virginia and Kansas. And, well, that makes more sense anyway because we have two teams that have been going under for sure, especially Kansas. Kansas is 1-10 to the under so far this season. Big time unders, it feels like here. And with this game at, 141.5 or so now, I probably got to go under here. It feels like. Now, West Virginia has gone over in 5 of their last 6 games on the road. Kansas has won the last 5 meetings between these two teams. West Virginia so far just 1-1 against the spread on the road. Kansas, they're a break-even proposition as well, but they have won all 7 of their home games so far this season. I've got the under here for sure. Two games, 2 unders for me, West Virginia and Kansas. I'm going under here in this one. Next up is Utah taking on Baylor here with Baylor, a double-digit favorite against the Utes. Baylor 11.5 and 152. Baylor comes in 8-3. Utah comes in 8-3, but it's Baylor that is the ranked team here at this point, but still just an 11.5-point favorite. Utah has struggled on the road dating back to last season. They're just 3-11 against the spread on the road. This is just their 3rd road game of the season. The road has not been too kind to Utah. Utah's gone over in both of their road games so far this season. Baylor's gone over in 8 of their 10 games overall so far this season. See if you guys like this one at all with Utah and Baylor. Let's see here. All right. Widely reported steam did come in on Baylor here at 11. It's still 11 here. Went up to 11.5. Now back down to 11. It feels like in this one, still a pretty big number, man. Utah, though, just 6-5 right now against the spread here. But let's take a look. I think Utah can get the money here in this one. Let's see here I might have missed some of your plays there on Kansas. Sorry about that, you guys. I guess I'm going so fast I just skipped them all. Curtis, Dana on Kansas, Robert's on West Virginia. Thanks, you guys. Sorry about that. Here's Cash Kane on Baylor. Curtis likes the over. Robert's on Utah. I'll take Utah with Robert in this one. and try the Utes. Baylor has it doesn't feel like they've been too overwhelming with just a 4-6 spread record so far. Now you want them to cover. Yeah, Utah has had some woes on the road last season covering numbers. Here's Baylor and Ober there for Jake. Okay, you guys, we're going fast. I know. Here's Wake Forest in their game against Syracuse in this one. You have Wake Forest on the road, -1.5. The total here is 144 between these two teams. And for me, I'm going to be on the under here in this one. I think we got two teams that have kind of been going under, it feels like, so far this season. Wake comes in here right now with an overall record of 9-4. Syracuse is just 6-6 so far this season. Wake Forest is 4-9 to the under so far. Syracuse 2-4 to the under as an underdog. Neither of these teams are very good right now at covering the spread. Wake Forest is 3-10 overall against the spread, 0-3 on the road against the spread. Syracuse is just 1-4-2 at home against the number. They are a dog here in this one, but I like the under as my play here on the show. And let's see here. Let me go to the chat here, see if you guys have anything with this one. Syracuse has gone under in, let's see what I say, 4 out of their last 5 at home right now. Wake Forest, 1-2 to the under on the road. All right, Wake for Jake. See what I did there? Cash Kane likes Wake Forest money line. Robert says Syracuse and the under. That's what I'll do. I'll take the under in this one. I probably lean to the Qs here plus the points. Syracuse has won 8 of the last 9 meetings between these two teams at the Carrier Dome. So I kind of like. I'll take the under as my play, but I might bet Syracuse still. VCU taking on Bonaventure here. The widely reported steam did come in on the under here in this one. Bonaventure, a pretty nice proposition, it feels like right now. They're obviously still the best spread team in the country. They're on a winning streak here right now. They're 12-1 overall, 11-1 against the spread, 5-1 against the spread at home this season, and they're getting a couple of points here from Bonaventure, from VCU. So why wouldn't Bonaventure keep it going here? It feels like it's been such a good run right now. Bonaventure's covered 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams. So got to go with St. Bonaventure, the best spread team in the country right now. Give me the Bonnies plus 2 points in this one against VCU. Total here at 133.5. The widely reported steam did come in on the under here, but I'm not. I don't know about that one. I'll respect the move, but guess I'll just go with the Bonnies here and keep it going. These Bonaventure games at home, they do seem to be kind of high scoring over the years, but VCU plays a little bit of D. Give me Bonaventure here against VCU. I kind of like it as a premium, but I liked the other premiums I had. Like I said, I didn't want to go. I kind of wanted to go heavy, but coming off of a winning day, turning the week around, just went with 8 plays today. All right, here we go. Super True on VCU. Robert says Bonaventure and under. Cash Kane on VCU. Super True says they haven't played anybody. But the key for me here, Super True, is they've covered the spread. It doesn't matter who you play, right, when it comes to the spread, because the spread is a reflection of the public's perception. So the public obviously underrated St. Bonaventure all this time for sure. And I think that that's fair that, they're 11-1 against the spread. Nothing you could do about that. They covered big numbers too. They did fail though against finally, right? They failed against who was it? Against Niagara as a 17 and a half point. No, they covered that one, right? They won by 19. Oh, it was against Buffalo. They won by 10 and they failed to cover the spread on that one. So, and Cash Kane says, "Why are they dogs?" And Dana Dell says, "Good teams win and great teams cover." Right. That's all you could say. No matter who you're playing, right? The line is the true the true test of the public's perception. Okay, few more here, and we get on out of here. Thank you, everybody. How about Notre Dame and Georgia Tech in this one? I've got a premium play in this one on the side. The widely reported steam did come in on the under in this game between Notre Dame and Georgia Tech, and well, I think for me, I think I'll probably end up here with backing that underplay, quite frankly. Um, let's see here. I thought I had a decent note on this one, but well, let me just cover it from the spread and side perspective here. Notre Dame 7-5 coming in. Georgia Tech just 6-7 here right now. The women's team might be able to beat the men's team at Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech just 4-9 against the spread coming in. But here's the thing for me on this total and the steam coming in on the under, and you hear the total right now at 142 and a half or so. It's dropped a good point and a half here this morning. 21 of the last 24 games Notre Dame in ACC play have had more than 143 points. So I understand Georgia Tech is definitely going under right now in a lot of games. They're 4-9 to the under, but Notre Dame is 7-4 to the over so far. And again, 21 of Notre Dame's last 24 games against ACC opponents have had at least 143 points. So give me the I'm sorry, had uh, less than 143 points. Pardon me. I'll get it right, but I'm on the under because of that. So I was going to use this as a premium, but I liked the side as well. So give me the under here as my play with Notre Dame and Georgia Tech. Let me read that one again. 21 of the last 24 games that Notre Dame in ACC play have had 143 points or less. Okay, there we go. And let's see here. Georgia Tech for Curtis. Hello to Joe T in the chat. And we got just a couple more here, if you don't mind, with St. John's taking on Creighton here. The steam came in on Creighton. The steam came in on the under here in this one. I'm going to end up on the under in the game between St. John's and Creighton today. It's 152 and a half. So you can see it's already gone down a point and a half from when I typed these odds in when I was watching the Risen coverage last night. St. John's comes in here hot. They're on a winning streak right now coming into this one, but they have failed to cover in each of the last two games. But I'm going to take the under here in this one with St. John's and Creighton. Down a point and a half here to 152. The steam also came in on Creighton in this game. The current line here right now is Pick'em. Pick'em and 152 here right now in this game. So it says one there, but for the most part, it's down to a pick'em here. But my play is going to be on the under here in this one. 3 straight meetings between these two teams have gone under in this series. So give me the under here in this one with St. John's and Creighton. Creighton often, these lines do end up pretty high, and Let's see here. The totals anyway. St. John's gets this one as a look ahead spot. Okay, give me the under here. St. John's and Creighton. All right. Arizona State and BYU read off that steam already, right? That came in on uh, BYU, moving it from 10 to 11. I do have a premium pick on this game on the total, so I will pivot here to the side in this one with ASU on the road here against BYU. BYU comes in 9-2. ASU comes in 9-2. ASU's done a pretty nice job here. They just won and covered a big number on the road against UMass. They did lose to Florida, didn't get the money here, but ASU 3-0 against the spread on the road so far this season. BYU just 5-5 ATS in their last 10 games. I've got to try the Sun Devils here in this one. Give me ASU here. Uh, this one, I would think it look 148. I'm not so sure that. Well, I don't want to get into it. That's my premium. All right, let me. All right, got to go. Thank you, Thomas. I got to go too. I'm kind of going fast here because I want to get you guys underway with the action today. The football game about to start. So thank you, Thomas. I'll just do one more here real quick. Marquette and Providence. In this one, you got Marquette, a road favorite at 5.5, and the total in this one is at 141 currently. You got Marquette coming in here 11-2. Providence just 7-6 so far. But I'm going to end up here on the total going under. Providence is 4-8 so far to the under this season. Marquette 1-3 to the under on the road. And in this series, Marquette here, let's see, they won the last meeting here at home 79-68 last March. No, that was the tournament game. All right. I about had enough of this show, you guys. This couldn't even do half the show with the computer over here. So, all right, I'm on the under. I can't get to my notes, no matter how hard, how many times I click these buttons. The show has deteriorated here for me, gang. But Providence here, these games at home, definitely an under here. Well, 4-5-1 to the under, but out of those 10 games, 8 of them have had under 142 points, right? Look at some of these. The St. John's game, 142. The St. Bonaventure game, 144. The BYU game, well, that's right on to 142s and 144s. Oh, those are the two. Okay. So maybe the scoring's going up a little bit, but still, 8 of the 10 8 of 13. 4-8-1 to the under for Providence. Get me out of here, you guys. I think I'm lost my mind today. I'm on the under here with Marquette and Providence. All right, that's gonna do it, you guys. Let's do the drawing here. I've lost my mind. Hey, don't forget, check me out over at winnable.com. Get my premium plays. There's 15 minutes before the football game starts, and I've got a premium play on the football game here to start off the day between Alabama and Michigan. So please consider subscribing to these plays. This is how you support me here on the channel, even if I can't finish the show. Click on the QR code in the lower right-hand corner of the screen to take you over to my Winnable page. Use the promo code STEAM to save 20% off premium pick packages. All right, here we go. We're going to do the drawing. Just type into the chat. You're eligible for the drawing today, a 5-teamer. Man, we might get a couple hundred views out of this. Could we award someone $60 here today if we hit the 5-teamer? Here we go. Bring up the parlay contest. Thank you, Thomas. I think you took off, but here are the plays. Washington Huskies over, South Carolina spread, Baylor spread. Also, oops. Is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Yeah, there we go. Okay. Thank you, Cash Kane. Thank you, Fernando. Here we go. Got 50 of you in here. I lost a few viewers there for sure. Doubles, Robert, Super True, Truth Teller, Joseph, Public Enemy, Big Scott, Redbeard, Jermaine, Public Enemy, Elliot. It's Cash Kane, baby. You know it. Cash Kane right there. I don't know if that's the Capitol building or if that's in there. I don't know. But Cash Kane, you're our eligible player today for the 5-teamer. Make sure you got the Venmo, the Cash App, the your parlay. You got a 5-teamer. Let's get out of here, you guys. Thank you so much for bearing with me for today. I've had a great time here with you guys. Happy New Year. Careful tonight. I'll be back tomorrow, New Year's Day. I won't be out late. I got to be back here at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific for the show. Thank you for joining me here today on the Morning Steam. Appreciate it. Check me out over at winnable.com. Go over there right now. Grab a package with me. If you get a week's package with me for $8, I'll put in 3 more days. If you get the month package with me for $20, I'll put an extra week on there. So please consider subscribing to my plays here for the new year. I was hot yesterday with a record of, I'll say 13-8 conservatively. I think most people went 14-7. Some may have went 14-6-1 there. I guess if you got it early enough, there is also a chance you could have went 15-6 with the line movement, but nonetheless, a winning day yesterday. So we're back to square one. If anything, this week we might even be a little bit ahead here. So appreciate it, everybody, for joining me here on the show, and that's gonna do it. All right, back here tomorrow, more Morning Steam. Thanks a lot, everybody, for the Sports Money Network. I'm Ramon Scott. So long.
Steam, it's time to break one for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money back with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the Morning Steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money.